folks, welcome back to Glory Hunter. Doug is settled, for those that were concerned. And welcome back then to another episode of the ever-present Glory Hunter series. It's a double upload day, viewers. Hopefully you saw the earlier episode today. If you didn't, go and watch it. It was the Champions League. I won't spoil it, but you should watch that first. If you've already seen it and you're ready for the next installment of Glory Hunter, then welcome, and let's delve right in. And I should say, actually, at the very start of today's video, at 7 p.m, as this video comes out, and every Thursday, really, we are doing the network game. Of course, highlights will go up on the Saturday of the Thursday stream, but we're 4 hours live with myself, Zealand, and Alujo, and we're at the space, taking on a Premier League battle. So if it's the sort of thing that might interest you, there's a link in the description. It'll say live at 7 and click it and I'll be there at 7. Maybe a little bit before. So get there early. Now then, we have two fantastic battles for ourselves today. Two classic Italian clashes in Serie A. If we take a look here then, we play Napoli and Sampdoria. Two sides at home as well, actually, that should cause us one or two issues. When you look at the league table, you can see the pair of them both in the top 10, but Napoli that little bit closer. And of course, ourselves currently 9 points off the top, but big news, viewers. Yesterday, as it happened, Sassuolo beat Atalanta. So the points gap could decrease a little if we are to win the game today. Of course, if Napoli win, they might feel like they've still got a little bit of a chance at this, as it will take them to 59 points, but hopefully not. And hopefully we can do the business. So Napoli at first, then Sampdoria. If we get 6 points from 2 games, we're going to be loving life. Of course, Anthony Martial, top goal scorer in the league so far. Theo Hernandez, the top assist maker. Interestingly, outside of that, 2 big men up front, Ibra and Giroud, with the highest average ratings of anyone in our team. There's been some patches to Football Manager recently. They claimed there was nothing done to the match engine, but I don't know. I've seen fewer crosses. So team-wise for this first game, it's tricky because I've been thinking there's many different ways we can actually approach this match. Mike, of course, will be in goal. Tomori and Romagnoli is going to get the spot ahead of Kea. I think having a natural left-sided player alongside a natural right-footed player is better. Kea and Tomori both right-footed. I value Tomori's pace, and actually Tomori is an excellent defender in this year's Football Manager. We're very, very lucky to have him again. A player I'd love to take around with me amongst the Glory Hunter teams that we manage. Tonali moves back into his anchor man spot with Salimiakis and Kalulu at left-back. Again, we still have this situation where Hernandez and Torre are both out. Theo Hernandez is not that far away from returning, really. 7 days to 2 weeks. It'll be a few games' time until we see him again. Kessie and Benacer in the centre. Now, the thing with this is that the reality is we weren't creative enough against Liverpool. We didn't really do enough in those games. And while you might look at Benacer and think, well, no goals, no assists, what's he doing? He's playing sort of that Luka Modric role in between, maybe playing a pass out wide very often, or being able to switch the play to Salimiakis, and he's just got an eye for that. Probably more so the trio of Kessie, Tonali, and Bakayoko that played there previously. Of course, the big news, and hopefully your eyes have been drawn to it, is that he's back. Paulo Dybala, the big money signing, has returned. Now, of course, he's just returned from a long-term injury and has this recurring pulled calf muscle problem. Please don't get injured. I could try and slot him back in naturally, but you can see 12 goal contributions in 16 games. I don't really want to not have that in my side. And Martial and Ibra up front, so far pretty good. Between them, 43 goals. We mentioned it a moment ago. Martial has been the guy. So, into the first game we go. Napoli are opposition. It's not going to be easy. Now, I'm wondering what they've got going on. Have they got any issues that we're not aware of? Have they got any problems? And team-wise, there's certainly some familiar faces in there. I don't necessarily, though, think they're at full strength by looking at that. So, yeah, they've made 6 changes to their starting lineup. There's no Koulibaly, there's no Fabian, there's no Lozano, no Alex Merritt in goal either. David Ospina comes in. There's a few other players there that I recognise that aren't starting for them. I don't know if that's a case of they're tired or they're just not fit to play. I really don't know. I'm going to have a look deeper. I need to know. Okay, it looks to be it's a case of a few tired legs, but actually, I don't know, look at a few of these, they could be fine. Koulibaly could definitely play, they're just not playing him. Okay, I wonder if my boys will look at their team and think, do you know what, lads? We've got a bit of a chance here. Of course, 3 wins either side of 2 defeats to Liverpool. The Red L kind of started making it mean something more this time around. Of course, the bench, though, for them, very, very strong. Really good. And Guisa's there as well, who I really rate. As they're playing this 4-3-3 system. There's the league table then. We touched on it before. 9 points behind Atalanta, but a win today, and we can reduce that to just 6, knowing we have to play them again. And do you know what? Teams can drop points in this division at all times. ourselves included. So let's not slip up today. This does not slip. Is that the wrong thing to say? Insigne, of course, out on that left-hand side. Politano on the right. 2 danger men for them. But most domestic sides in Italy, even some of the better ones, have struggled to deal with our natural width that our wing-backs are offering us. Now, when we played Liverpool, we had to deal not just with the winger of Mane or Salah, but the fullback. Gomez in that second leg, of course. Robertson in the one before is Dybala. Oh, my God. Welcome back to the team, Paulo Dybala. That was very, very special. I was talking about how the fullbacks create this natural width and it allows more space in the centre when they're not picked up. But the run from Dybala here, this is one of my favourite goals of FM this year. Beats one, you would say, glides through 2 more, and then the finish, it sort of flicks up. I don't know if the challenge comes in that flicks the ball up, and Dybala, first time volleys it in. Beautiful stuff from him. Welcome back, Paulo. That was delicious. Mike with a big clearance forwards, and it wasn't very accurate. Like, if it goes towards the head of Zlatan, we're loving it. Martial, though, now racing forward himself. He's seen Dybala do it. Maybe he's got some ideas of his own. Salamiekka's on this side. Ball played in. There's Ibra at the back post. Headed down. Turns out, viewers, maybe they didn't change the match engine. It's just Liverpool are too good. Zlatan with the goal. Celebrates with a cartwheel. It's Milan 2. Napoli 0. Well, this is flipping lovely, isn't it, viewers? Politano with a corner. First time Napoli have had a chance. And, well, it only takes a minute to score a goal, viewers, or a second to score a goal. And Napoli are back to 2-1. Set pieces have been a bit of a problem, but I tell you what, attacking heading this year it feels weirdly strong. Okay, 2-1 at half-time. Benacer's got a little knock as we go into the dressing room. Things are going well. We're capable even better. We'll just go to the tactics screen. There might be a cause of concern with Benacer. The problem is Kessie struggling a little bit. Even Salamiekkas is a little bit. And players that struggle for fitness or conditioning, I find, are often those that pick up cards. Of course, we have Bakayoko on the bench. Is it worth taking Benacer out right now, moving Tonali to the box-to-box role and bringing him in? I think because we've got the lead and we can add some additional height to the side, let's do it. It's not a change I really wanted to make at half-time. I'd probably ideally wait until 60, but I think we're bringing on some quality with Bakayoko. It's not like we're getting that much worse. And Tonali in that box-to-box role, again, he is still creative as well as quite combative. As attacking headers, viewers, my word. Ball played in from a cross. We failed to deal with it, really. And it's 2-2. And from the 2-0 lead we had, the comfort of the 2-0 lead, it's gone. He's completely unmarked. No one's even near him, it must be said. And Zlatan, I mean, do I want him back in there? I mean, you'd think, obviously, rather than standing on the edge, he would just mark a tall player. I know sometimes you have to go in and set these types of things, but I just feel like something should be done. Kalulu, by the way, 6.2 out there. And I've been hesitant to do this, but the better option for me might be to play someone with the likes of Florenzi, or even move Salamiekkas out onto that left-hand side and maybe play them as some sort of inverted wing-back. Of course, then they're using their left foot a little bit less, moving onto their right, creating spaces. With Tonali playing a box-to-box role, we're going to try it. I feel like it's probably the right thing to do. Of course, we love the natural width from this team. And there might be an argument to say, keep Salamiekkas on that right-hand side, allow him to continue to play in a position he feels more comfortable in. But the reality is I'd rather have the more quality player in a position that we're struggling with right now. You can see the way the tie is going. The likes of Dybala should probably come off here. Liao, we could have done this 20 minutes ago. I was too focused on the defensive frailties. Is there another move for us? I think bringing Diaz on for Dybala at this stage in the game isn't the worst idea. I'd probably bring Giroud on, but he's got an injury at the moment, even though Zlatan did get himself a goal. It's been a very tight affair, this. Very, very balanced. And when you look at the league table, it kind of makes sense. A draw makes it 8 points. I mean, I could go more positive at the very end here. I don't think it'll have a huge amount of effect. It'd be great if it did. There's going to be a final highlight. This is the difference here between 9, 8 and 6 points. The gap to Atalanta. Again, we still get to play them later this season. Will there be a moment for us? You can see the way Salamiekkas, as the inverted wing back, does tend to sit a little bit more narrow, whereas Florenzi on that side is hugging the touchline. Kessie, if he wants to find him, I mean, Tomori here, it's leaving quite a lot of space behind, but we don't really mind that. And again, wide areas, you can see the 3 they've got in the middle. It's a lot of work for them to get out to our wide players and get involved. The Salamiekkas on this left-hand side drills it back to Bakayoko, who finds Kessie, who finds Diaz. Oh, that would have been a moment, wouldn't it? That's full time. It was the final kick of the game. It's not to be, as Milan struggle a little bit there against the Napoli side that have come and done the business. I don't know. I feel like the 2 goals they've scored, it comes down to concentration, and maybe that's where Kea might have been better ahead of someone like Tomori, maybe, but still, Disappointing. But a point, it's not terrible. I'm going to say we weren't good enough tonight, though. They seem to be motivated by criticism rather than it went quite well. We saw that in the last game. There are some positives to take, of course. 2 goals in the game, and it's nice to see Dybala back, but it did feel like the game slowly got away from us in that second half, and 2 headed goals. Yeah, not the best. All right, we go on. We play Sampdoria next. Let's see if we can bounce back straight away with a win. Benacer's got a bruised shin. He'll be unavailable, but 6 days until we next play. And actually, as much as we're disappointed with the draw there, it's 15 games unbeaten in the league right now, but we are picking up these annoying little draws. Roma, Verona, Napoli, as well as the one there against Spezia as well. You'd hope a few of them you want to turn into wins, and what those extra 4 to 6 points would have done would have put us a damn sight closer. Okay, on to Sampdoria. A few days' time, I'll see you for it. And of course, Salamiakers has picked up a ban, will not be featuring in the next game, so our wing-back struggles continue. And actually on that, I said I was going to see you for the Sampdoria game, but let's talk about things we could maybe do that you might be watching this thinking, why don't you give this a go? We could just play a flat 4 and play a more natural diamond and not have the fullbacks push on quite so much. Of course, the problem with that is that's where a lot of our goals have come from this season. We've scored a lot of crosses, and to take that threat away by dropping them a little bit deeper does concern me. Even if the players are more natural in those roles, again, because we don't have this natural left-sided wing-back player, we're always kind of putting a square peg in a round hole, and that is continually the problem that we have right now. Other options are to move to other systems. Maybe you play a 3 at the back with 2 more defensive players sitting there. Again, we bought a lot of centre-backs. It's an option for us, but I'm still conscious of this wide threat that we have. The third option, to me, and I do think, I should say, I think people think I just sort of plug in a system, play it. If it doesn't work, I panic. The other option we could do is to play this 3 at the back system, to have the 2 sat in front, and then maybe play 2 wide players. Have Martial up through the middle, have Rebic on one side, have Leao on the other, that type of thing. And that gives us, again, another dimension. The problem we've got is that we've not trained that tactic. And actually, while we're here, we're having a discussion, that's one of the issues I find with the data hub. You can't split formations in the data hub. So if you're trying to look at the season as an overall whole, but you're using 2 different tactics, there isn't the data hub for this tactic and the data hub for that tactic. It's all mixed into one thing. I would love the data hub to be a little bit more intuitive, so it can be said, so what does the data hub look like when we're playing this system for player-specific attributes and contributions in games? I get it's sort of giving you the broader picture of an entire season, but I'd like my analysts to be able to decipher, well, this is what we're like in this system, this is what we're like in this system, and then, if you've got those 2 options, you can compare them. You can see what we're doing differently with different systems. Of course, if you do like last 5 matches, and you keep a record of the things, and you write them down, screenshot, and create a spreadsheet on something, then maybe you could do that, but it doesn't feel as if it's an easy thing to do right now. It's one of my issues with the data hub, is I think that it offers you a lot of data, but in still quite a restricted manner. It's the first year the data hub's been in the game. My experience with Football Manager is there'll be ideas they're working on for future games, and I'm hoping this is one they implement. Whether they watch this video and think, yeah, that's a good point, or whether they're thinking about it already internally, I'd be curious. But yeah, I do think it's a good feature, but you are limited in the feedback you can get from it. Sometimes as well, you see things where it says that you're reliable in possession, but you don't keep possession very well. And it's like, well, which one is it? There has to be a decision made on that. But Beneca's got a cold now. What's going on here? I'll treat him at the club, and if there's an outbreak, I'll take full responsibility. So this is my example, right? So in the possession, if you can see this, hopefully you can see this clearly enough. In the possession, we are reliable in possession, but our passing is inaccurate. Like comparable to the rest of the league, we do few passes and they're inaccurate. But then possession-wise, we infrequently win the ball and we're reliable in it. So I don't know what do I take from that. I guess it could be just in comparison to the rest of the league. But and then up here, like we've got again the inaccurate passing, but our movement, we're in the reliable in possession. But can you have inaccurate passing and be reliable in possession? I don't know. I did a tweet a few days ago. I basically said I get far more questions than I do answers from the data hub, and I wish I had a little bit more clarity on the way in which it works. But I don't know. I don't think the game. I don't know if my problem lies with the match engine or with the data hub. I don't know. I'll have to let Zila make a video about it because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my not reliable possession stats are because we cross it a lot. So the engine's thinking, well, a lot of your passes are misplaced. But if I'm doing 30 crosses and 8 of them connect and we score 2, I don't really care about that. I'm not that bothered. See? I do think about Football Manager deeper, just no one believes me. We'll have to bring Do It Better back. Coming soon. All right, Salamiakis is going to step out and we're going to bring in Florenzi at right back. Although the question does beg itself a little bit. Do we play, we've got him here, do we play Andrea Conti? A few people are annoyed that I don't have the graph. Sorry, everybody, there's the graph. We could play Conti on the right side and move Florenzi over to the right side. Again, not a natural in the role, but better at it probably than Kalulu, who's a little bit younger, a little bit inexperienced. Conti, on the other hand, I've barely played. He's not Matt Sharp. This is a bit of a gamble, but when Salamiakis isn't available, that's the risk you take. I guess actually Kalulu could play instead on the right-hand side. And again, because he's been playing on the left, he's certainly fitter to play. So yeah, we will do that. We'll reward him with his efforts on that left side with an opportunity on the right, his more natural place. Beneker's had this cold, but he's going to play anyway. And again, the fitness concerns around Dybala, very much aware of them. The likes of Giroud, the likes of Rebic or Leao, or probably Diaz in all of that could come on. Anyway, into the game we go. Sampdoria. Not as many jokes today. Serious Football Manager chat, just so you can get an idea of all the things I'm thinking that I don't always vocalise. I do consider all the options, but I do think right now this is our best bet. Stick to the plan, stay patient, we'll be fine. Can I say that while pumping fists? No, outstretched arms. That's what I want to say. Everyone just calm and play the game we know you're capable of playing. I've been very positive in the press there. All right, a loss, a draw, a little bit of a hit in form, but again, 15 games unbeaten in the league. I'd expect us to win this one. I think not having the natural left-sided player is the bigger issue in this type of system. But again, I can't really worry about it. I have to try and play a system that I think is working for us. And as long as we're creating opportunities, as long as we're making the right passes, I'm not that concerned. And having players like Dybala can be pretty game-changing. As the ball through to Martial, Ibra from deep, a brilliant tackle last ditch. Goodness gracious me, who was that there? And Guilo, is it said? Unbelievable from him as Kessie picks up the ball, finds Tonali, goes back to Romagnoli, and we have to start again a little bit. But wow, it was a good chance, and it was cut out as Dybala, free kick, back post, Martial off the post. Then it's still 0-0. 10 minutes gone. Some good pressure from the boys. Maybe once every season I should do a proper deep tactical analysis of like how I view the way things are going. And again, if you watch my Do It Better series, I'm a lot more sort of tuned in. I sort of tune into Football Manager a lot more and take focus on tactics and the way that teams operate, not just our own team, but other sides and how you can beat teams just by thinking about it a little more. It goes all the way through to Zlatan, by the way, who does brilliantly to keep it in at the ripe old age of 40. Gets it back to Florenzi, right foot, there's Dybala. It falls to Beneker, he's got to score. I mean, that is frustrating about the engine. Hit the ball, mate. It was open. I don't know. Sometimes these players do not make the right choices, and that time it was very much available for him. As Kalulu, Tomori has ventured forward, by the way. Kessie, all the way back to Romagnoli, who's got acres of space to do whatever he wants back there. As he goes all the way back to Mike. Well, we really are playing cautiously for a brief moment. As the ball breaks then, you see system-wise here, like it's so set in stone right now. Ibra becomes short for it because he's not got the pace. Dybala has options of staying central or moving beyond. And you've got these wide options at all times. Kessie's in a little bit of space. And Florenzi, it's now up to him to make the right decision. Let's see what he does. He might just keep it safe and go backwards, which again, we're kind of fine with. Keep reliable in possession, viewers, as we know. But some of our passing is occasionally inaccurate. Make of that what you will. Dybala racing forward. Great little bit of movement from him on that side. Left footed. There's Martial. It's a great move. Again, perfect release. Zlatan drops deep, gets involved. Dybala makes a run into the space that Zlatan's left. It works perfectly. And then when he's left footed as well, he more naturally goes to that left hand side. So it's important to get your strikers the right way around, I find. And that seemed to be the case right there. So far, 1.54 XG. Some good chances created. We just haven't scored yet, and that's the crucial bit. We could go 5 behind here and put some pressure on Atalanta, but we have to win this game. We've been balanced the whole time. I think second half, we might try and up the tempo a little bit, maybe force it a little more and go positive. I think that's the way forward here. We need to show everyone that our recent praise has been justified. They did not like that, viewers. We're learning. It's early in the year. There's a lot more things you could say. Do not say that. I'm not going to try. I don't think I'm even going to try and win them back round here. I'm going to say keep going, you can make the difference. I'm going to try and win them back. They're just demotivated. They hate me entirely. But I guess my question there, if I had a dev sat in front of me, I'd go, so why don't they like that? I feel like this is an ambitious group that want to prove people right, you know, that want to stand up and say, we play for Milan. Like, I don't know, the characters in this team, some of them, I feel like they would relish that. But I mean, I'm thinking of Zlatan, but apparently not. Also, it's interesting that the players have such contrasting feelings. That there are a few players that I think probably are different personalities, as this game is disappearing, viewers. Blimey. I'm not really sure what to change here. I guess Leao on for Martial, it's a different option for us, a different kind, not really a different kind of player, very similar. And Diaz for Dybala, as well as the switch we're going to make. It's all been a little quiet. I'm going to try and create a little bit more passive play. Like Benjy is going to play as an attacking Mazzala, and then Diaz is going to be the playmaker. We might try and find him a little more. It was Zlatan, target man attack. Don't get involved so deep anymore. Stay forward. Maybe a cross towards him might be a little bit more on. But something has to happen. Sampdoria have been very quiet, and we simply here, viewers, have not had the highlights. And it could be, for the first time in the series, I think, for me, 2 draws in 2. Well, right now, I'll take it. As the ball's lofted in, Romagnoli heads it clear towards Leao. And Sampdoria, who have seen absolutely nothing from all game, might be about to steal this. And if they do, I kind of respect it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That might be our season over, viewers. That might be the title push done. I guess we'll have to see where we land next time. And these 2 league games, I'm a bit shell shocked. I don't know. I don't know if I changed anything there that then forced or created an opportunity. But Sampdoria, that's their second shot on target of the whole game. Their XG in the game will have just gone through the roof, I suspect. I don't understand. I wish I could. Like, I'm looking at the stats now. There, we've had 2 clear-cut chances. 2.32 XG, more shots, created more possession. Passes completed was really good. Theirs was decent, but ours was really good. Tackles 1. I mean, we're strong in that department too. They've done well. The overall average rating, they've seemed to have had the best of it. And I'm not really sure why. I do wonder. It's a very minor thing. And it's funny because I think it is the factor. Again, I'm going to say I'm not happy. Maybe the team talk was the factor there. The halftime team talk we just got wrong. I don't really know why it was wrong, but again, we're going to have to find that out over a period of time. We're 8 points behind. It could well be 11 by the time we come back. I guess the point I would make is that I wonder how much we're affected, because it has been the case in the recent games, by not having that natural left footer on that left side. To me, it's unlucky, right? Both of the players that would have played there for us this year and have been successful there for us this year weren't available. And that's been a real quandary for us, I guess I would say. And of course, we didn't have Selemiakis in that game either, who is a big threat for us on the right-hand side due to that suspension. Yeah, not happy, but we've got an international break now. We've got a little bit of time to analyse things. I will look at things as well. I'll try and figure out if I can figure out why that's been the case. When we come back, though, Tio will be fit again. Selemiakis back in the side. I'm looking forward to it. If you enjoyed the video, do drop a like on it. Make sure you subscribe. And if you enjoyed it this much, you might like the network game, which is live right now from 7 o'clock. I say right now, from 7 o'clock tonight. And again, the highlights on YouTube on Saturday as well. Take care, everybody. If you want to see me annoy the Lujo, Zealand, and wipe the space, there's only one place to be tonight. Bye-bye.